there, and welcome back for our last week of vlogging.
I'm really gonna miss this vlogging time. It's been kind of fun, and I'm so glad we vlogged.
Yes. Today, Kelly and I are just enjoying an afternoon outside, discussing what exactly we are learning this week in class. Kelly, can you tell us about that?
Well, extraterrestrial hazards is what we were talking about and learning about this week. And what I found is that extraterrestrial hazards is kind of a fancy way of talking about a hazard that is not of this world exactly. It comes from another location, not of this Earth's atmosphere, and it enters this world, causing possibly disaster.
So let's learn about that. I think it'll be interesting.
Me too. I mean, it's something kind of a hot topic in movies around this world, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah. First, let's talk about asteroids and meteorites.
Yeah. Extraterrestrial hazards are made up of many different things, but one that I talked about in my paper, there's an airplane going by, but anyway, back to this vlog. Asteroid impact is something that happens when an asteroid is falling from outer space, and then it hits Earth's atmosphere, and it becomes a meteorite. And this asteroid/meteorite has high amounts of energy involved in it, going super fast and a high velocity of 10 to 70 km per second, I believe.
Cool.
So it's kind of crazy.
You know, back in 1992, a fireball is what they were calling it, was seen all the way from Kentucky to New York.
Wow.
And 12 people caught it on camera visibly. And the meteorite, which was a piece of that fireball, fell in Peekskill, New York, and it landed on a trunk of a car. It was about 12 kilograms, and it hit the back of that car.
Can you imagine if it would have hit the front of that car, and there were people in the front of that car?
That's crazy.
It's a hazard, people. People like to undermine it and think that it's, not that big of an issue, and that, they're kind of made up comets, they're not real, that kind of a thing. But, I mean, obviously, they have potential to do damage, and that's what a hazard is, right?
Yeah.
And if we let that potential grow, that's when a disaster happens, and that's what we don't want to let happen.
That's exactly why we're here. We're here to learn. We just have to be aware of what could happen.
And prepare.
Yeah. That's
not
what
let
needs
it
to happen. Meteorites and asteroids, they are hard to be prepared for. Other than being aware, it's really hard to know what you can do.
Really, the only thing that I learned about that you can do to help protect yourself is to listen to NASA, listen to what research they're doing, maybe fund some kind of space program that's tracking asteroids, so maybe a time when they're going to hit the planet Earth. But other than that, there's not really a lot of, precautions you can take, except for just being prepared. So, kind of tricky.
Yeah. One extraterrestrial hazard that you might not even think of as a hazard are UV rays, and that is something that we can help control.
Yeah.
First of all is exposure, right?
Right. What happens with UV rays? The ozone layer can get depleted and destroyed. And when that happens, UV rays, which are not healthy rays for us, can come in. And what do they do when they come in?
They burn you.
Oh.
Yeah. Sunburn?
Has
anyone else had sunburn? Yeah. UV rays are harmful on so many levels. First of all, when being out in the sun, you get a really nice tan. That's the desire. You want to get a tan in the summertime. But what is happening beneath the skin is your DNA is absorbing that UVB light, and it is breaking the bonds that form your DNA.
Wow.
And through that process is what causes cancer. And so being out in the sun a lot, not wearing sunscreen, that increases your chance of cancer. And as you can see, we're outside today, and we are wearing sunglasses because those UV rays, they can hurt your eyes too.
Really?
The retina cannot handle strong UV rays. That's why it's always important to protect your eyes, to protect your skin, to always wear a broad spectrum sunscreen. That's very important. And even when you may see clouds out, but they can't protect you from the UV rays. They can't. They can't. We control how much we damage that ozone.
That's right. I actually talked about that in some of my papers. But what people can do to help the ozone layer, we'll get to that later on, but something else with the ozone not being strong enough to keep out the UV rays, a problem it also causes is in the marine life in the ocean. What happens is plankton, who need sunlight to produce photosynthesis, well, they have to start lowering themselves into the water when the UV rays are shining in. It's kind of like overkill, too much light. And then they're still not getting enough when they're moving down and further into the ocean, and it's a problem because photosynthesis cannot occur.
Yeah, and it's
properly.
upsetting the marine life.
It is. So that's just another thing that it does. But what we can do, let's focus on that, because there is something we can do with it. You know, one of the main things, besides wearing sunscreen and, you know,
protecting ourselves,
once UV rays are already in our world, we can stop that from happening, and that's from not using chemicals that damage the ozone. How hard is it, you know? Yeah. It's kind of tricky, but it's not.
Yeah. Go green.
There's a lot. You can find that out on what is this great website we're on?
NASA.
Yeah, NASA. They'll tell you all about it. That's why it's important to fund NASA. They're keeping these facts coming at a rapid rate, and we need to support that.
Rapid rate.
So anyway, you just know what you need to do. Be aware, be prepared,
wear sunscreen,
and stop corrupting our ozone. Don't use chemicals that destroy it.
Extraterrestrial hazards, what can they be? I'm not talking about aliens, can't you see?
Asteroids, meteorites, and UV rays, these are all part of hazards at the end of days.
Because on this earth, it could really transpire. I'm telling the truth, don't call me a liar.
You might feel helpless saying, what can I do? So here's some education we're giving to you.
The best thing to be aware, learn about life so you can be prepared.
And put on that sunscreen every day. You want to be protected from those UV rays.
Don't forget about NASA. Safety is their key. They're looking out for you, and they're looking out for me. This has been another great vlogging experience. I think we've learned a lot in these last 6 weeks.
You know, and it's been a blast, honestly, getting to spend time with you. You're like my cousin, pretty much. You're that close to me, and so it's been fun having vlog dates every week, and it's been fun to learn, and I really do feel like this is information we can, you know, tell our kids and family members and friends, and it's going to help the world to be a better place. I really do mean it.
Yeah.
It sounds cheesy, but
it's been really fun. It's been a good experience, and we hope you enjoyed too, and who knows, maybe our vlogging experience will show up somewhere else in life.
Who knows? And hopefully, you know, you can take our musical reminders and just remember those moments.
Yeah.
Special moments, because they're special to us.
We're especially thankful for all our special guests that were brought in for this and just so willing to help in this experience.
Means a lot. So hopefully you've learned a lot about extraterrestrial hazards and every kind of hazard there is, because we've covered just about them all.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Have a great life.